Hi, it's Jen again. We are cooking again in the King Family Cookbook. It's my birthday today, you guys, March 21st. I am officially 44 today. A good friend of mine says I'm always 29, so we'll stick with that. But this has been quite a week with the coronavirus shut in, and in Salt Lake City we had an earthquake this week, which I'm gonna be honest, it shook me up a little bit, no pun intended, only because the earthquake wasn't actually that bad. But when I was 17, I lived in Southern California, and we had a pretty scary, decent earthquake. Freeways collapsed. My high school, we couldn't go back to it. There had been so much damage, and so we had to share a school. After weeks, when they figured out what to do with us, they sent us to another school, and we had to share a school with another high school until they were able to get our high school back together, and it was crazy. So between the corona and that, and then my oldest son came home with a fever and a sore throat, and that put us into a little bit of a panic. So we got to go to Instacare for that. It turns out he has tonsillitis and is on antibiotics for that, so he's okay. Everything's good. There's no corona here. But people are going stir crazy, and so we're trying to come up with some fun things to do at home. Again, with the King Family Cookbook and it being my birthday, I decided to make some fried scones. This is from the kitchen of Tina Cole, and we used to do this a lot when I was a kid for my birthday sleepovers and stuff, because they're like homemade donuts, right? It's fried bread and you dust them with powdered sugar, and so if you've got kids at home and you're bored and you're looking for something fun to do, they can roll the dough into shapes and fry them up. So the recipe starts with, also that's why I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. It's my birthday and we can't go anywhere, but I've been in pajamas all week, so I wanted to get up and get dressed. 4 cups warm water, and then 3 tablespoons yeast is what we're gonna start with, and then we're gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes, just sort of activate that. 1, 2, what a week, man. What a crazy week. So there's our 3 tablespoons yeast. We're gonna let that just sort of sit and activate for the next 5 minutes. I love the comments that you guys have been sending us for some of our videos and stuff. You guys crack me up. Someone suggested that we make aprons with our names on them, like the King cousin sweaters, and so I think we're gonna do that. Anyway, we're gonna wait 5 minutes and come back. It's been about 5 minutes. Our yeast smells fantastic. Now we put in 3 tablespoons oil. And then 5 cups of flour. 1, I dripped a little extra. 2, 3. That's why you don't measure over your bowl. Cooking lessons from Jen. And then 5 cups flour. Feels like it got really dark in here all of a sudden. Probably should just do it one at a time and mix it in a little, so we're gonna do that. Grab my wood. So I'm so distracted telling you my stories about earthquakes and tonsillitis and stuff. We didn't put 4 tablespoons sugar over the yeast and let it sit in the warm water. So we're just adding our sugar now. 1 is already in there, 2, 3, 4. This just goes to show you that you can be an imperfect cook and everything's gonna work out fine. So we've got 5 cups of flour in here with our 3 tablespoons yeast and our 4 cups warm water and 3 tablespoons oil. And then later on in the recipe it says to add 4 more cups flour. 9 cups of flour go into this mixture. So if you're hoarding your flour for a rainy day, this might not be what you want to make, but it's my birthday, so we're gonna make it. All right, our sugar's in, look at that. It smells super yeasty. Now we're gonna add 4 more cups of flour to this. And then we're gonna dump some oil in a frying pan, heat it up to boiling and fry our scones in it. So cover them in powdered sugar. It'll be a fun treat for today. So here we are kneading our dough. This is all of our ingredients are in here now. I should have taken my ring off. That ring, that's a special ring, by the way. My maiden name is Azevedo. It's Portuguese, and this is our family crest, which is still hanging off of a building in Portugal. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so we're working on this. We're almost done getting all of the flour in there, and then we're gonna oil our hands so we can work with it and roll them into whatever shapes that we want, pretzel shapes or breadstick shapes or circles, and fry them up. There we go. All right, we're without a cameraman today, so Chad and I are making scones. It's my birthday. How old am I? Do you know?
44.
You paid attention. So this is going to be the fun part for your kids if you're trying to keep kids busy while everybody's home. Flour your board so it doesn't stick. I just put our flour away. Maybe we should just Pam our board so we don't have to, we'll oil our board because I just put everything away. Let me grab this. All right, oil your hands up, monkey. Ooh.
I don't like that.
Look what you just did.
I don't like this.
Okay, so take a chunk of your dough, work it, make it however you want. Come on now. I'm gonna make a donut shape. So, that's
I
attractive.
want to make this like a normal scone.
You're just gonna flatten it out. I'm curious to know what everyone's doing to stay busy during this time. My son had a big bonfire last night. Look it, mine came out so good.
It's gonna lose its shape.
No, it's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna go drop it in the grease. Whoa.
What are we listening to?
No, your brother Ethan introduced me to it. I think I'm just gonna make a big long. We've got puzzles. We've been cooking a lot.
Sorry.
We've had a ton of dance parties. In fact, we might have a fashion show later to stay busy. Totally 80s night. I found my old crimping iron, so we should do that.
Okay.
We'll make you look like Boy George.
How do we move them around?
There we go.
What are we gonna use to move them around?
I've got a little thing here. All right. I'm gonna move the camera so you can see the scones frying. All right, so here's our scones. They look like homemade donuts. Somebody just got a message on their phone. And you want to make sure, I've turned the heat down a little bit because you don't want the outside to get too brown and the inside to be too doughy. These look pretty good, right? We're gonna powder sugar these. We've got a ton more to make though, so birthday scones. Here we are. It's my birthday breakfast scones. They came out phenomenal. I've got strawberry jam on mine and some powdered sugar. They're like homemade donuts. Are super good. But they're really fun if you're trying to keep everybody busy. Kids need something to do. And this made a ton of dough. So if you want to, you can half it or save the dough for later.
Rocco wants some.
Rocco wants a bite of scone. It's very good.
I may or may not have
So happy birthday to me. We hope you have a fantastic weekend. And yeah, lots more to do. King Family Cookbook. Enjoy. Awesome.